Here is a closer look at Avatar Korra's bending evolution. As we study the growth of Korra, we'll be exploring how she learned to bend all of the elements, her connection to the spirit world, and defeating her own inner demons.
Who do you think you are?
Why don't you come and find out?
At just 4 years old, she was already showing immense strength in fire, earth, and water bending. She spent 13 years in training in the South Pole under the Order of the White Lotus. She even learned healing techniques from Master Katara.
No! Ooh, that's the stuff.
Korra fully embraced her avatarhood. She wanted to be the most powerful one ever. There was just one small problem.
Airbend.
She could not figure out airbending just yet.
What is wrong with me? Airbend!
Luckily for Korra, she had the son of the Last Airbender himself.
Look at you, so big and strong. You've grown into quite the young avatar.
Master Tenzin, I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to get started.
Air is the element of freedom. The air nomads would use their bending to travel the world. Korra spent her whole life in the Southern Water Tribe before joining Tenzin in Republic City. So it is possible her air block may have originated from her sheltered life in the South Pole.
Often the element that's the most difficult for the avatar to master is the one most opposite to the avatar's personality. For Aang, it was earthbending.
Rock beats Airbender.
Airbending requires discipline, peace of mind, and patience. And Korra was, well, stubborn, aggressive, and extremely impatient.
Yeah, you're telling me to embrace freedom, but you won't even let me listen to the radio? There's nothing wrong with me! Yeah, it's not sinking in yet. Maybe the reason I haven't learned airbending yet is because you're a terrible teacher! None of this airbending stuff makes any sense to me.
I know you're frustrated, but these teachings will sink in over time. Then, one day, they'll just click.
At the start of her training, Tenzin instructed Korra to meditate in order to free her mind and connect with her spiritual self. But Korra didn't want to meditate. Why would she? She's the Avatar. She needed to fight. Where better than Republic City's pro-bending arena?
I love you, Bolin!
The rookie ferrets came from out of nowhere and have made it further than anyone expected this season.
Come on, ferrets!
Pro-bending had a swagger to it that Korra had never seen before. This looked way better than meditating with Tenzin all day. Timing was on her side, because the fire ferrets were short one bender. They recruited the Avatar and taught her how to fight like a true pro.
Wow! Nice adjustment! You're a natural at this.
Even though Korra could only bend water during the tournament, it didn't stop her from incorporating other bending styles.
Airbending is all about spiral movements. When you meet resistance, you must be able to switch direction at a moment's notice.
Hold the phone, stop the presses. She's still in the game, folks, and she's moving like an entirely different player. All of a sudden, the platypus bear strikes her only striking air.
How about that?
What an unbelievable effort here by Korra. She's dodging every element the wasps throw at her. The Avatar finally gains some ground, but with only 10 seconds remaining, it might be too little too late. It's the big Kamash! What a knockout!
But unbeknownst to Korra, her time as a pro bender was merely setting up her first real fight.
There is a madman running around our beloved city, threatening to tear it apart.
He can take people's bending away. For good.
Korra was terrified of Amon. But when his forces attacked the pro bending arena, she did not hesitate to spring into action. This wasn't a normal day of training. This was the real deal. With no air, water, or earth available, she relied on her firebending to take on Amon's lieutenant. Korra was making some progress with her air training, but she still couldn't airbend. As if that wasn't enough, she also couldn't contact any of the past avatars for guidance.
I'm the worst avatar ever.
Communicating with past avatars was one of the hardest hurdles for any avatar to clear. Korra's seen some flashes of Aang, but the message wasn't fully there yet.
I believe Aang's spirit must be trying to tell you something.
Even though Korra couldn't get help from Aang, she still had her friends. Meet the new Team Avatar.
You think this'll do?
They begin rounding up Equalists across Republic City. But once they started interfering with Councilman Tarlok's task force, tensions began to rise.
You're a bloodbender?
Very observant.
With nowhere to go and no one to call for help, Korra had only one option. She took one deep breath and cleared her head. She was finally able to connect with Aang. He showed her a memory from his adulthood, the story of how he took down another bloodbending master, Yakone. Aang was able to overpower Yakone's bloodbending by entering the Avatar state and taking away his bending. Seems easy, right?
Aang, this whole time, you were trying to warn me about Tarlok.
Okay, let's jump ahead to the final showdown against Amon.
Amon has been lying to you. The spirits didn't give him the power to take people's bending away. He uses bloodbending to do it. Amon is a waterbender. His father was Yakone, and his brother is Councilman Tarlok.
Once Korra revealed Amon's secret, he used it on Korra the first chance he had.
None of this airbending stuff makes any sense to me.
I know you're frustrated, but these teachings will sink in over time. Then, one day,
No!
they'll just click.
Did you see what happened? Who was it?
Even though Amon was gone, the damage done to Korra couldn't be undone. Not even Master Katara's healing could bring back her bending.
Korra can still airbend, but her connection to the other elements has been severed.
It's going to be all right, Korra.
No, it's not. I'm not the Avatar anymore. Not now, Tenzin. I just want to be left alone.
But you called me here.
Aang.
You have finally connected with your spiritual self.
How?
When we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change.
Avatar state, a titanic power that is not to be used recklessly, unless you're Korra.
No fair! You can't go into the Avatar state to win!
You did what? The Avatar state is not to be used as a booster rocket.
Korra was now a master of all four elements, and she can enter the Avatar state at will, but her discipline and carelessness still needed some work.
Clearly, you need more training to grasp the depths of your spiritual connections.
The Avatar is the bridge between the spirit world and the physical world, and with the spirits becoming unbalanced, she needed to learn how to face them. That is where Unalaq came in.
There are no evil spirits. There is light and dark in them all. But when they're unbalanced, the darkness takes over.
Her uncle showed Korra that with the proper training, a waterbending master can bend the spirits themselves. Spirit bending is an advanced form of healing with water. By healing the energy within the spirits, Unalaq can calm the spirit and return them to the spirit world. Again, it's a highly advanced technique, but Korra was eager to master it. Korra's combative bending fended off the stronger spirits, But the first time she tried to bend the spirit itself, it was disastrous. Korra washed up on an unfamiliar beach with no memory. The giant spirit she battled had infected her with dark energy.
We must purge it before it destroys her avatar spirit. Let the waters cleanse the darkness that plagues your spirit.
My name is Juan, and I will show you how I became the first avatar.
Juan became the avatar by fusing with Rava, the spirit of light. She granted him the power to bend all 4 elements. Together, they imprisoned Batu, the spirit of darkness.
This is your prison now. And I will close the portal so no human will ever be able to physically enter the spirit world and release you.
The only way to get Batu was to open a portal to the spirit world, which Korra had already done as part of Unalaq's training. Turned out, Unalaq's plan all along was to release Batu. Unalaq had fused with Batu the same way Rava fused with Juan 10,000 years prior.
Now, 10,000 years of darkness begins.
There may still be a way for you to stop Batu. Connect to the cosmic energy of the universe. Don't bend the elements, but the energy within yourself.
You really think I can do this?
I have no doubt.
And in classic Avatar fashion, she became a
Blue Giant!
Korra's next exam, going toe-to-toe with the Spirit of Darkness in an epic clash of the Colossus. Using the same technique her uncle taught her, Korra's spirit bent Batu and Unalaq along with him. She had saved the world from slipping into 10,000 years of darkness.
Go in peace.
The battle between Korra and the Dark Avatar unleashed enough spiritual energy to cover the planet. The shifted spiritual energy affected dozens, if not hundreds, of non-benders around the world. One by one, non-benders were waking up with airbending abilities.
Ah! Wow, that still hurt a lot.
Team Avatar traveled the world to recruit and train new airbenders. Along the way, they traveled to the city of Zaofu, the home of the Metal Clan. That's where Korra met Suyin Beifong and her metal bending students. Under Suyin's training, Korra became the first metal bending avatar.
Try to focus on the fine pieces of earth within the metal.
I can't believe it. I'm metal bending.
She picked up metal bending pretty quickly, just as she did earth bending.
Woohoo! Metal bending champion.
Korra was also beginning to do some teaching herself. Suyin's daughter Opal was one of these new airbenders.
You want to keep your elbows in, torso straight, feet just skimming the ground.
Just a few years prior, Korra once thought airbending was impossible. Now she was instructing it.
You're a natural.
You really think so? Thanks.
But she wouldn't be teaching for very long. Unbeknownst to Korra, one of these new airbenders was plotting against her.
It's the dawning of a new age. The end of the White Lotus. And soon, the end of the Avatar.
We need to get Korra out of here immediately. Her life's in danger.
I'm not running.
Korra, you don't understand. These criminals are like nothing you've ever faced before.
A combustion bender, a lava bender, an armless water bender, and an airbender that can fly.
Guess he doesn't need a ride.
They weren't going to rest until the Avatar was destroyed forever. What's even scarier is they were very close to succeeding.
Once we administer this poison, your body will naturally react, forcing you into the Avatar state in an effort to keep you alive. When we dispatch you in the Avatar state, the cycle will end. Korra, the last Avatar. Now! Destroy the Avatar!
Korra taking on the Red Lotus was more than good versus evil. She was fighting for her life. And with that urgency, Korra hit all new levels of power. Using her raw strength, she broke out of the platinum chains and used her firebending as a jet engine to chase down Zahir. But it was only a matter of time before the poison caught up to her, and Zahir knew she didn't have long.
The Avatar cycle will be over momentarily.
Luckily for Korra, she had something that even Avatar Aang never had. An entire squad of airbenders at her back.
She'll be fine. She just needs time to heal. The poison took a great toll.
With the world getting more and more dangerous, we need the Avatar now more than ever. Who will protect us while she's in a wheelchair?
Korra went back to the Southern Water Tribe. Master Katara was going to help her get back into Avatar shape. Her recovery was supposed to take a few weeks, but she was gone for 3 years.
We've been at this for almost 6 months, and I can barely take a couple of steps without collapsing.
You're okay. Your body thinks it is still in danger, but you're safe here. Use your mind to overcome the pain.
Katara helped as much as she could, but Korra simply could not get herself back into Avatar shape. At the beginning of her journey, a firebending sparring match was a piece of cake for her. Now, she couldn't last 1 minute.
Dear Asami, the past 2 years have been the hardest of my life. Even though I can get around fine now, I still can't go into the Avatar state. Sometimes I worry I'll never fully recover.
But Aang once said hitting your lowest points led to the greatest change. Korra was never lower, and that's when the greatest change came.
I can't believe it. Tough?
Nice to see you again, Twinkle Toes.
The 86-year-old blind bandit felt Korra still had a little bit of poison lingering inside of her.
I'm not bending it out of you. You gotta do this on your own. Focus your energy. Find the metal. Let it move through your body. Release the fear. Well done, Korra.
The Avatar is back in business!
After reuniting with Jinora Ikki and Milo, she learned there was a new threat. Kuvira was taking over the entire Earth Kingdom. The world needed the Avatar back.
Avatar Korra. I'm the one who brought peace to the Earth Empire, not you. You're not relevant here anymore.
Fine. You want to fight the Avatar? Then let's finish this. Right here, right now.
Korra threw all of the earth, wind, and fire at Kuvira, but wouldn't be enough. She was too strong.
You have to go into the Avatar state. Do it! I knew you were weak.
Even with no poison and the power of the Avatar state, she couldn't beat Kuvira. Something was still missing. She still wasn't 100% Avatar Korra just yet. Korra had one more idea. Her last and probably her most desperate resort.
I figured you would show up sooner or later. Let me lead you into the spirit world. We may have been enemies once, but for now, our interests align. play out.
I can't!
You can. Accept what happened to you. Don't fear what might have been.
I have no control!
Don't be afraid. Hold on.
I made it. And you led me here. I feel whole again. I feel good.
Do you think you're finally able to forget about what Zahir did to you?
No. But I am finally able to accept what happened, and I think that's gonna make me stronger.
The Avatar was back, for real this time. Now began the real final battle. The showdown at Republic City. It was time for Korra versus Kuvira round 2, and the Avatar would not hold back this time. It was a full court press. Surrounded by metal, Kuvira threw all she could at Korra. This time, Korra fought metal with metal. But of course, Korra never hesitates to use fire and once again displayed her raw strength. There were no excuses this time. Defeating Kuvira was now or never. But Kuvira had one more trick up her sleeve. Bending the power of the spirit cannon, Korra created a new portal in the heart of Republic City. All Korra ever wanted to be was a full-fledged Avatar. She used to think it meant bending all 4 elements, but she realized it meant saving the world and all who inhabit it, even if some of those people are your enemies.
I know I was in a pretty dark place after I was poisoned, but I finally understand why I had to go through all that. I needed to understand what true suffering was, so I could become more compassionate to others, even to people like Kuvira.
You don't know how happy I am to hear you so full of hope again.
It's been a bit of a bumpy ride, huh?
I've come to realize life is one big bumpy ride.
That wraps up Avatar Korra's bending evolution. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching for all things Avatar.